Let's go to Boise, Idaho to start us off today. Jennifer is there. Jennifer, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Thank you for having me.
You bet, Jennifer. How can I help?
I am miserable.
Oh, boy, that had about 5 syllables in it. That's not good.
I am running a small business, family business, and have been very successful and doing very well. It's been around since 1960. I bought it from my dad in 2014. It's all I've done. It's all I know. I am miserable and I want out.
Okay.
I have no clue. I have no clue what to do, where to go.
Okay, well,
the interesting thing is that my daughter works here. She gave me her notice this year. She wants to do something different. She's scared, but she's looked at how miserable I am and how stressed out I am, and she wants nothing to do with it. And so it took the pandemic to get my attention and realize how much I do not want to continue my life like this.
Great. Good news. You're really clear. You're really clear that this is not it and that you want to move on. And
I mean, I've spent all my time looking at employees to make sure they're in the right spot and that they're, on the bus moving ahead, but I've never done it with myself.
Well, hey, this is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. I want you to change your mindset on this. Is a good thing that you've got this wake-up call. So I want to go a couple ways here. First thing I want to do is I want to know why you're so miserable in the work. Describe what about running this business makes you miserable.
I put out fires. I come to work to put out fires all day. And I've lost a lot of team members, people that, not really team members, but employees that don't want to work because they're afraid of getting COVID. So I can't even find people to hire to do the job. So I'm ending up working long hours or, doing things that like legally I cannot say, you have to go do this.
Were you miserable prior to COVID?
Yep.
Okay.
I just didn't know it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. If, so putting out the fires, there's a deeper story here. Cause if I was doing some coaching with you, I have
coaches. I have business coaches.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what they're doing for you because I would find out why the fires. We need to figure out why the fires. And here's where I'm going with this. And I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I just want to at least park here for a moment. If we figured out how to put out the fires and if we got the stuff off of your plate that makes you miserable, are there things in the business that you have done in the past that you enjoy?
Yes.
Tell me what that, okay, this is fun. I want you to tell me what those are, but I want you to tell me with the context of if you could make the changes today. Let's say that I just waved my Ken Coleman Show pencil in the air and went poof. And all you did was the list you're about to give me. And you came in and you were the CEO, the owner, and you only did these things. What would that day look like? Describe it.
I would be responsible for a client or a job that came through beginning to end. I would not be managing people. And I would not be basically dealing with, I've got processes and procedures in place, but I don't have the time to stay on top of it. So if I had a manager that was running the place, but I'm working in the business, not on it, I think I could do that.
I
don't know that it would be my passion, but I could be happier than I am now.
Okay. Well, let's pause that idea. What do you think is your dream? What if we sell your business today and we make some nice money on it and you get to start fresh? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail and it was just you? You're doing your thing. What would you do?
I would definitely be doing something that doesn't involve, I like to be active. So climbing a ladder and painting a building, that sounds appealing to me.
Really? Manual labor?
Labor, yeah.
Okay, be more specific. Dream for a second. What would you do? Just for fun. You don't even have to commit to
in
it.
Phoenix, Arizona.
What would you do? What'd you say?
That fills me up. Phoenix, Arizona fills me up. I go there a couple times a year.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what would you do for a living if just for fun? You knew you couldn't fail. You didn't even have to commit the rest of your life to it, but you do it tomorrow in Phoenix. Let's have some real fun with this since we're there. Let's just move.
Landscaping, working in a nursery.
Interesting. Are you entrepreneurial?
Completely different. Yeah, I
So
am.
eventually you would probably start your own landscaping business and you would be hands-on.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What is your
I don't want to run the business, though.
I get it. So what is your business right now? What kind of business is it?
It's a sign company.
Sign company?
Yeah, signs.
Okay.
Signs and
Are you profitable?
Yes.
Okay, and what do you think if we could do 1 to 3 times our earnings? What do you think the earnings before tax is called EBITDA? What do you think the business is worth on the market if you sold it?
Probably $500,000.
And do you owe any money on the company? Any debt? Any company debt?
Just the loan, the government loan.
How much?
It's $65,000, but it's the PPP, so it should be forgiven.
Oh, okay. So the thing here is I'm walking you through. If you sold it, and let's say you walk away with $450,000 or $500,000, do you get all of that, or is there anybody else that are stockholders that would get any money from
I'm it.
Well, so now you've got some time to just chill out and decide what your next move is, and decide, do you want to stay in Boise and go work for somebody for a while and just to be a landscape designer and pull a paycheck because you really don't need the money. But you kind of figure out, what would it look like if I ran a business? Because here's what I think the challenge is. I always want to drive you to your dream. I really do. And so the landscaping thing, I think that's something that I think you need to take steps towards. So I think you sell the company. But if you were to decide to stay in the company, the real challenge you have, and even going forward in landscaping, if you own your own business, your challenge is you aren't necessarily gifted at working with people. That doesn't make you bad. That doesn't make you less than. Everybody's got talents in certain areas and passion. And so you're not really good at working with people as far as leading people, and you don't enjoy it. We know that. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. But knowing that and stepping into that is what's huge. So if you were to ever run a business again, your deal is you're going to work with the customer because you're okay working with a customer because that's a straightforward transaction. Well, you just don't want to lead a bunch of people problems and deal with all that stuff. You just want to do the work and make sure that the vision is being, minded to. So I think if I were you, I would sell the company. I'd take some time off and play with the dream a little bit and show up and do some landscaping for a while. Look into landscape architecture. What would that look like if you were essentially worked for a bigger company and all you did was come in and work with the client, designed it, and then, went to the next thing, and you weren't leading a team of people. You got a nice chunk of change in your pocket. I think that's the path. I'd sell the business if it were me.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at.
Did I answer your question then?
You've validated kind of where in my head I was going. As far as the landscape thing, I just threw that out because you asked me the question, but I never pictured myself doing it.
Start picturing it. Because here's the deal.
Okay.
When you pocket $500,000, I want you to take 3 to 6 months and just picture a future. It'll come to you.
Oh, not do it right away?
No. Well, it'll play around, but don't go all in. Like maybe go work for somebody locally. Just show up and start working for a landscape company in Boise and just get out there and see what that feels like.
Okay.
Because remember, you don't need the money. It's not like a pressure situation, but it's kicking the tires.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah, and keep listening to my program. Listen to me.
Oh, I do.
Walk people through. You know how to figure out the sweet spot. Do it yourself. Go take the Career Clarity Guide. It's free at kencoleman.com. In fact, you need to do that, Jennifer. But here's the deal. Those are the steps. Sell it, breathe, experiment, explore, go to Phoenix, stay in a nice resort when they open up, get yourself a massage, and continue to dream. And figure out what it is you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It'll come to you. So I'm not saying that you have to do landscaping, But that question I ask you, what would you do if money wasn't an object and you just wanted to work to stay busy and do something you love? There's a reason why I talk about passion and mission. Passion is work you love to do, the work itself. Jennifer, you love physical labor. You love that creative physical application, right? Whether it's designing
the tangibility.
Whether it's painting a house, making it look better, or creating a beautiful landscape curb. That all appeals to you. There's a creative thing going on there, but it's also, I like to see it and do it. And so you've got to follow that, and the answers are there. So go, Jennifer, you're ready.